What is up? This is Brice, and this would be my side of the channel. This is my first video without Buzz around. This is my first one editing and such. But today I have an MK14 gameplay for you. It's a pretty solid gameplay. I'm just defending B on this map. But that is here. I'm just making sure that it's recording and my capture card is all plugged in. But that is not what I'm here to talk about. Some interesting stuff went down today. First I got x-rays for my hips and my knees, because my hips and my knees are all messed up. Not really that messed up, but we're just getting it checked out. Ain't no big thing till doctor calls. So that was fun, getting x-rays. First time I had like major x-rays. I'd had x-rays on my hand once before, but other than that, that was it. But today, I came home from the doctor. I wasn't doing much. I was taking a shower, and my dad gets home. My dad and my mom get home, and I was in the shower, and a couple minutes later, I got out, and I went into my room, and I was feeling kind of sleepy, so I went and I started reading. I was just reading a book, and I was relaxing. And then I kind of hear faintly, I hear some banging, and I'm like, oh, Dad must be working on the roof like he said. And I just kind of disregard it and keep reading, and I'll leave it 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes later, I kind of hear what sounds like my dad yelling. And I'm thinking to myself, nah, it couldn't have been. You know, my dad's a pretty competent guy, and I'm not, you know, I'm just like, nah, he's fine. And then I'm like, on second thought, I probably ought to go talk to Mom and see if she heard anything weird. So I went downstairs, and I talked to my mom, who was, I was on the other side of the house. I went downstairs, and I came towards the middle of the house, where Dad was working on the roof. I went and I asked Mom, and I was like, hey, did you hear anything weird? Like a minute ago? And she was like, no, why? And I'm like, I could have sworn I heard, like, Dad yelling. And then, I went, and I'm like, oh, then he's probably fine. Mom didn't hear anything. I must have just been hearing something weird, and I just imagined it was Dad yelling. I don't know. But then I saw the ladder right next to the front door. I was just heading back upstairs, and I thought, go check on him anyways. And so I went out there, and I didn't have my glasses on because I was reading, and I don't need my glasses to read. They're just for more distance stuff. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I look up, and I see him, and he looks alright. And then I noticed the ladder is like halfway down the house, and I'm like, oh, well, that's interesting. And I go, and I'm like, hey, Pops, you alright? And he's like, what does it look like? And I'm like, I don't have my glasses on, but it looks like the ladder has fallen on to the side of the house and is no longer able for you to climb down. And he was like, yep, I slid down the roof and now cannot get down. And I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. How are we gonna fix this? And he was like, well, you probably ought to get your mom. And my mom is a great mom, but she's pretty small, and she has problems with like she has like panic related problems. So when she's kind of panicked, she doesn't work well, like a lot of people. But so I go out there and I come back in, and I'm like, alright, Mom, get your shoes on. I'm gonna go grab my shoes and my glasses. And Dad's stuck on the roof. He's got some scrapes on the leg from sliding down, but he doesn't look too bad. And he's fine. And I need you to help me lift the ladder and lock it back in place. And I never used this ladder before, because that ladder is usually for like the high parts of the house. It's usually we can use the smaller one and get what we need to get done. So I get out there with my mom, and the ladder has unlocked and slid down. When my dad was sliding down from the top of the roof to the bottom, he aimed for like the kind of crevice where he could like grab onto the gutter, and his hand, or I guess his feet, hit the ladder and unlocked it, and it slid down halfway down the house. So what we needed to do was relock the ladder, which I had no clue how to do. So first we had to move it into place. So to move it up, we had to like pull it up in the air, and my my mom was kind of panicked because she saw her husband in danger, and she was kind of scared. And she I guess she didn't really think to hold. I was kind of higher on the ladder trying to move it, and I expected her to know that to kind of hold the bottom of the ladder. And she didn't. So now I've got this ladder comes down, and I managed. I had both my arms on it, and I'm not the strongest guy, but I guess I'm all right. And I squatted and I held it, and then this ladder all the way to the ladder lines up on my head. It's a big ladder, big ladder. So my neck's getting crunched, and I have to start yelling at my mom, pick up the ladder. And whenever you're cursing at your mom, you're in trouble. So finally we got it off my head, and my neck still hurts quite a bit from that little adventure. I've actually iced it and taken some naproxen sodium now, so I'm feeling better. But so we're sitting there, and we have this whole thing where we have to now lay the ladder down, figure out how to lock it. We lock it in place. Now the problem is our yard is landscaped, so there's rocks and bushes everywhere. So then the next problem is navigating, getting the ladder back up to the house where my dad can get to it and climb down it. And my mom is just completely at the state, pretty panicked, and just being no help at all. Well, she was being of help. I mean, I couldn't have done it without her, but she was scared. And so I'm sitting there, and we get it kind of close, and then our one neighbor that we've never really gotten along with too well. It's just kind of one of those neighbors that you just don't really talk to. And then there was one time where she was drunk a couple of years ago and threw trash down the hill at her house drunk. But other than that, our interaction between the two neighbors, as neighbors, have not been much. I do have some friends that are in my grade, and thankfully I know them well, and I know their parents well, and we get along. And I'm hoping that their dad comes, and he's a big, strong guy, and I like him. So I see their car pull up, and I'm like, yes, we get maybe their son. They have triplets, 2 girls and one guy, and so I'm thinking, yeah, let's bring the guy out, and their son. And I'm like, yeah, and out comes the missus. I'm like, okay. So she came to the rescue, and she helped my mom anchor it on the other side while I lined it. They kind of lined it up and anchored it from falling on my head again while I kind of did the boat pushing. And we managed to get my dad down from the ladder. But then I get down, and I'm just like, okay, couple beefs with you, Pops. Couple beefs. First of all, look what's on your feet. He's wearing untied loafers that are probably about 5 years old. I mean, my dad has his shoes that are for work, and he has the shoes that he likes to have around the house, and usually they're shoes that he's just had forever, and he just loves them because they're all broken in. And I said, show me the bottom of those shoes, Pops. And he goes, and he lifts up his foot, and I'm like, you're an idiot. And then I'm like, all right, you're an idiot for that, and you're an idiot for freaking going up there without at least having me around. I know you're competent and you can get up there, but it's always nice when you're climbing up the bigger part of the house to have an extra set of hands around in case you do fall off the roof. That way you don't have to yell and scream and bang on the roof trying to get somebody's attention. So we got him down, and my neck is thus feeling better. I've kind of iced it while playing some Black Ops, which I actually me and Buzz were playing together, and we managed to get both of us in the same game on array. Had good game. I think he got a chopper, and he got an SR-71 and a chopper, but I don't think I think he didn't have dogs equipped, but I think he had UAV, something like that. Anyways, and I got a SR-71 chopper and attack dogs, and we're both doing that. So he's gonna come over sometime this weekend, and we're gonna kind of do a duel. We're gonna edit our 2 gameplays together, so that way you see both our perspectives. Because he was at his house and I was at my house, so we can't do the split screen like we did with the Spec Ops gameplay. So, anyways, that is that is the tale of me getting x-rays, my dad getting stuck up on the roof, and my head getting smushed by a ladder. So I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by and watching, and have a beautiful day. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. I'd appreciate it. That is all for now. This is Brice. Peace.